Hello guys, today we will going to discuss the third layer muscle of the thorax, which we didn't discuss. I told you this is diaphragm muscle. We have third layer. We will going to discuss today the third layer muscle of thorax is means diaphragm muscle. Okay, it's very important role playing in our chest and abdomen because they are separation of the chest cavity. You know here this is the diaphragm muscle located. The location of diaphragm muscle, if you talk, this is the location of diaphragm muscle. They are separating the chest, thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. This is the abdominal cavity and this is the thoracic cavity where the thoracic cage. Okay, and this is abdominal cavity where our organs are located. Okay, it means they are separation of the abdominal cavity and thoracic cavity by diaphragm muscle. Okay, and then diaphragm muscle is helping when we like to take a breath, and when the muscular part of the diaphragm are contract, they increase the volume of lungs, and the pressure going to decrease, and we help very helpful in inspiration muscle. Okay, inspiration, it means inspiration muscle. This diaphragm muscle, the first we will going to talk about the diaphragm. We have two part of diaphragm. Okay, diaphragm muscle, muscular diaphragm is this diaphragm muscle. Two parts we have. Which two parts? Now I will show to you which two parts we have in diaphragm. This is central tendon, because in diaphragm muscle we have tendons which are located in center. That's we call central tendon. Okay, and this is the muscular part. It means in diaphragm muscle we have two parts. One is central tendinous part, and one is muscular part. Central tendinous part, so central tendinous part, and the second part we have muscular part. Okay, it means two parts we have, muscular part of diaphragm muscle. Okay, now we will talking about the muscular curve. If we will talk, we need to three main things we need to we're going to discuss in diaphragm muscle. Okay, about parts we know we have central part and muscular part, central tendinous part and muscular part. The first thing we need to discuss in the diaphragm muscle, we need to going to discuss the origin and insertion of this muscle. Then we will going the covering of this muscle. Okay, and then we will talking about the opening of which opening we have in diaphragm muscle. Okay, first we will going to discuss the origin of this muscle. First, if we will see according to origination and insertion, then we have in the muscular part we have three parts. Okay, first this one area, this part area we have lumbar part, this is a lumbar part. Okay, this area whole is a lumbar part. Okay, then we have second, we have costal part. This is a costal part because here we have 12th, the last 12th rib, and costal means ribs. It means this is a costal parts. And third one we have the third part, we have 1, 2, and third part we have sternum part. This is the sternum of anxiphytrosis, sternal parts. Okay, if we will see according to origination and insertion. Okay, now first we will going to discuss the lumbar part. Okay, these are the three parts which you discuss: lumbar part, costal part, and sternal parts. Now first we will going to discuss the lumbar part. This is the lumbar part which I told. In lumbar part we have two cross, this one, and this one. This whole which I told already mentioned. This is the lumbar part. Okay, lumbar part we have two cross. This one is right cross, and left cross. This is the left cross. And one thing more for your understanding, when you will according to the structure, if you will say in the cadaver, there we have also another muscular fiber, but it's for duodenum, not for the not is the left cross. Okay, This is the right and left crus. Now the right crus origination is different and left is different. Okay, if you remember the vertebra, which when we discuss the lumbar vertebra, then you will easily understand the origination. Okay, the first right crus origin, here I will see origin, and left crus also origin. Okay, right crus origination from the L1 lumbar vertebra, 1, 2, 3 and 4, means L1 to L4. Okay, lumbar vertebra. Left crus 1, 2, 3, it means from 1 to L3 lumbar vertebra is the origination of the lumbar part, and lumbar part divided into two crus, right and left crus, and the right one is L1 to L4 and left one is L1 to L3. Okay, this is origination of the lumbar part. Okay, now first remember, now we will discussing the origination of all parts: lumbar part, sternal part and costal part. Okay, and then because insertion only in one part is very like interesting. Okay, in this part we discuss right and left crus origin from L1 to L4, and left crus is origin from L1 to L3. And one thing more in the lumbar part, okay, and very important, this here which I showed, we have three ligaments here. This is the lateral arcuate ligament, this one which the blue, we have three ligaments in the lumbar parts, three ligaments. Okay, first ligament, this is the lateral, because it's lateral side, lateral arcuate ligament. Second one, this the blue one, this one with the marking with the right crus is a medial crus, medial arcuate ligaments. And this one, the blue one, again in the showing the interior body of the interior border of the body of the vertebra, this one. Okay, this is a median. Okay, because we know our vertebral column in median plane. Okay, median arcuate ligaments, it means we have three ligaments in lumbar part of the diaphragm muscle. Okay, in muscular part, these are three ligaments. Now which in each ligaments, what anatomy we have present there. Okay, if you will talk like just I will talk it from where to where, the arcuate ligament, lateral one, medial one and median. From here we know from this is the L2, from L2 to from his I full marker, but this is from L1 to L2 is this is the medial arcuate ligament, and then going to costal process, because here is costal ribs. Okay, and lateral ligament from costal rib to 12th ribs. Okay, 12th rib means costal process to 12th rib is the lateral arcuate ligaments. From L1 to L2 to the costal process we have medial arcuate ligament, and this is the median arcuate ligaments. And what anatomy we have present here? If we will talk about the lateral arcuate ligament, then we have here the one muscle which is the posterior group of muscle of abdomen. We will also going to discuss today is quadratus lumbar muscle. Lumborum muscle is located behind the lateral arcuate ligament. If you will talk medial arcuate ligament, then we have psoas major muscle. And if you will talk about the median arcuate ligament, then we have medial arcuate ligament, and here is the open, which process we going, here we have aorta. Okay, this place is for aorta. Okay, simply lateral arcuate ligament behind we quadratus lumborum, medial arcuate ligament we have psoas major muscle, and median arcuate ligament we have for aorta. Okay, this is the which ligaments I told these are present in the lumbar part of the muscular part of the diaphragm muscle. Okay, now we will continue our conversation more about the other parts. Okay, about the second part we have costal part of muscular part of diaphragm. Okay, This is the costal part, which I told this is a costa. Here is the costa. From here is the lumbar, and here is the costa, because here we have ribs, costal parts. Okay, and costal part, if you will say, we have if you remember, the rib we have an external view and internal view. Okay, surfaces. This means is origination of costal parts, origination of the costal part of diaphragm muscle, origin costal part from rib 7 to till rib 12. Okay, ribs 7 till rib 12. This is the origination of the costal part. Okay, but from where? From the inner surface. Okay, inner surface or the internal surface, inner surface of the bony part of the ribs, because in the ribs we have two parts, costal parts and cartilaginous part. If you remember osteology, there we discuss we have costal and cartilaginous part, but the costal part origination from rib 7 till rib 12, but from where? From the inner surface of the rib. Okay, this is the costal parts origination. Then third part we have this one, we have sternal parts, sternal part. Okay, now sternal parts origination. If you will talk about the origination on the sternal part, it's originated from where? Here, xiphoid process, and inner surface of the sternum, surface of sternum, because only few area of the sternum, the body area. Okay, there are from this region the origination of the sternal part of the muscular part of the diaphragm muscle. Okay, this is the three parts which we discuss. Lumbar part, we have two crusts, right crust and left crust. Okay, and then right and left crust we have different origination. From L1 to L4 we have right crust, and from L1 to L3 we have left crust. Okay, and then we have three ligaments which we discussed. This is the lateral arcuate ligament, then we have medial arcuate ligament, and then we have median arcuate ligament. Lateral arcuate ligament we have behind we have quadratus lumbar muscle, medial we have psoas major muscle, and the median one we have their location for aorta. Okay, then we discussed the costal part origination of the muscular part of diaphragm from inner surface of the rib from 7 till 12th rib, and then the last one here sternal part from xiphoid process and inner surface of the sternum. This is the origination. This only we discussed the three part origination of diaphragm muscle. Okay, now which, if you remember at the starting, I told you we have two parts in the diaphragm. We have one with central tendinous part and one we have muscular part. Now this all muscular part, three origination going to insertion. Is insertion if we will done lumbar part, costal part, sternal part, and costal part. These all are inserted in the central tendinous part, and this is the means this is the muscular part. They are going origination from the lumbar, sternal, and costal part, and insert in here in the central tendon. Okay, is very simple. Insertion in the central tendinous matter and origination from three other different parts. Okay, sternal, lumbar, and the costal part. These are the, we talk about the origination and insertion. We already finished the origination insertion of this muscle. Now we are going to talk about the covering of this muscle. Okay, if you remember when we talk about thoracic vertebra, we have three layers. This is the third layer muscle. Okay, and inner we already discussed the deep and internal muscle of the thorax is covered by endothoracic fascia. And if you will division like this muscle like this, This is the upper part which take part in the internal view. This is take part in the means the wall of the abdomen, and this part is take part in the abdomen. Okay, abdominal cavity. It means these are take part in the thoracic cavity. This part is taking part in the abdominal cavity, and this part facing the abdominal wall. Okay, but here and also between them. Now, if you will talk about this part are covered by covering by, if you talk covering the thoracic side, thoracic cavity part covering by which fascia? Endothoracic fascia. Endothoracic fascia. Okay, it's mean the upper part of the which take part in the thoracic cavity is covering by endothoracic fascia, and second, this part, the middle parts is covering by, if you covered by diaphragmatic part of the parietal pleura. Parietal pleura, if you remember, this is parietal and vestibular pleura. Parietal pleura covering the abdomen, and vestibular pleura covering the abdominal organs. Okay, covering by diaphragmatic part of parietal pleura. And pleura you know better. Okay, everyone, this is this area covered by this area is covered by diaphragmatic part of parietal pleura. Okay, we discussed the two parts, upper part which take part in thoracic, middle parts, and we discussed the covering from first part which take part in thoracic cavity is covering by endothoracic fascia. This is covering by diaphragmatic part of the parietal pleura. Now the third one, the last one which take part in the take part in the abdomen, this one which is remaining, which I told this is this part. Okay, this part which in abdominal, if you can say abdominal part covering by endo-abdominal fascia. Okay, endo-abdominal fascia, very simple. It means the abdominal parts covering this area is covering by endo-abdominal fascia. Endo-abdominal fascia. Okay, this we talked about the origination, insertion, and we talked about the covering, which I told this first part, intake part in thoracic cavity covering by endo-thoracic fascia, middle parts is covering by diaphragmatic part of the parietal pleura, and the lower part which take part in abdomen is covered by endo-abdominal fascia. This we talk about the covering. Now the third one which I told in the starting of the class, I told we will going to discuss the opening of the diaphragm muscle. If you will see like this diaphragm muscle from upper, if you can see, there we have opening. One opening we have here, one opening we have here, and one opening we have here. Okay, it means we have three opening. Okay, we have the main we have three opening, but other also we have, like we have sternocostal triangle and lumbocostal triangle. Okay, I will show the sterno and lumbocostal triangle. Okay, but first the thing we have this one, three main opening, three main opening. First, this one is caval opening. Second, we have osteophageal opening, osteophageal opening. The second one is osteophageal opening. And third one we have this one. This is a aortic hiatus or hiatus opening, aortic hiatus, and this also you can say oesophageal hiatus. Okay, hiatus. Okay, hiatus means 3 opening, the main cable opening, esophageal hiatus and aortic hiatus. Now I will say to you, cable opening for what? Cable opening for inferior vena cava means for vena cava, inferior vena cava, inferior vena cava. Esophageal opening for esophagus, esophagus, and you know what is esophagus, okay? Take part in the digestive system. And aortic opening for aorta. In here inferior vena cava we have right pharynx nerve also passing right pharynx vein also passing, and esophageal we have vagus nerve, 10 cranial nerve, vagus nerve, and with aorta you know here we have with aorta there is sympathetic trunk, okay, also, okay, and there's also we have another trunks, they also passing here, okay. This like simply you need to understand to which opening we are located in the present in the diaphragm muscle. We have 3 opening. This is cable opening, this is the esophageal hiatus, this is a aortic hiatus. Esophageal cable hiatus for inferior vena cava. For inferior vena cava you can also say this is esophageal hiatus for esophagus, and this is the aortic hiatus for aorta. Okay, this is we talk about the main opening in the diaphragm muscle. There we have also other small openings. I will show where they have. So we have 2 triangles, making 2 triangles here. These triangles here, this between, if you this is the diaphragm part, this is the sternum part, and this is the lumbar part. If you will talk, then we can say this is the, we have making here 2 triangle. It means sternocostal triangle. Means sternocostal triangle. Sternocostal triangle. Sternocostal triangle. This also is opening, sternocostal triangle, and sternocostal triangle for, okay, here we have passing internal thoracic vein, and internal what, thoracic artery. If you will talk simply, the sternocostal triangle which take part the 3 parts, diaphragm, sternum and costal. Here we have 2 triangles making the smallest sternocostal triangle, and here we have passing 2 vessel. It's one is internal thoracic vein and the second is internal thoracic artery. Okay, it means this opening for internal thoracic vein and internal thoracic artery. Okay, this is a sternocostal triangle. The second triangle which we make in also in the lumbar triangle here, but there's not any like brief information like about this triangle, lumbocostal triangle, but they are making in the thoracic cavity. Okay, sorry, in the abdomen, in the diaphragm muscle, lumbocostal triangle. But if lumbocostal triangle is very important for the adult when you have hernia, when the intestine coming out from the abdomen wall, it's called hernia, but it's like brief anatomy. But just remember the lumbocostal triangle here, which making lumbocostal triangle, and these lumbocostal triangles here, the opening for the hernia. Okay. Next we have another opening. If you will talk here where the middle, which we talk, if you remember the middle arcuate ligament in the lumbar part, here we have azygos vein, and then also we have passing here also nerves, sympathetic trunk, which I told you. And okay, these are the small opening also for azygos vein. But these are just you need to memorize the basic anatomy about the diaphragm muscle, which we talked. Okay, if we repeat the short summary, this diaphragm muscle, okay, which take part or which location between the thoracic and abdominal cavity. They are, and also you can say they are separation of the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. Okay, then if you will talk the diaphragm muscle, then diaphragm muscle we have 2 parts. One is subcutaneous part and one we have muscular part. And then muscular part we have 3 parts. Lumbar part, this is a lumbar part, And then we have coastal part, which have coastal ribs, and then we have here the sternum, we have sternum part. If we talk lumbar part we have two crus, right crus and left crus. Right crus has location origination from L1 to L4, and left crus origination from L1 to L3. Okay. Then we have three ligaments: lateral arcuate ligament, medial arcuate ligament, and median arcuate ligament. Lateral arcuate ligaments, behind there we have quadratus lumbar muscle. Medial arcuate ligament, behind there psoas major muscle, and median, behind there we have opening for aorta. Okay. Then coastal parts, we have coastal parts here, and coastal parts origination from C7, inner surface of C7 to 12th ribs. Okay, this is the origination of coastal part. And then we have sternum part, which originate from xiphoid process of the sternum and inner surface of the sternum. Okay, and these all three parts are insertion into central tendinous muscle. Okay, these are the origination and insertion. Then second part we discuss covering. If you divide the three parts into three parts, this diaphragm muscle, upper part take part in thoracic cavity, lower part take part in abdominal cavity, which we know, and the middle part which take part in with the walls of abdomen, like this, near to the skin. And we are covering the pleura, and also then if you will talk the first part, they are covering by the endothoracic fascia, which also covering the deep muscle of the thorax. Then we have, if the lower part, if we will talk, the which take part in abdominal cavity, is covered by endo-abdominal fascia, and the this middle part is covering by the diaphragmatic part of the parietal pleura. Okay. Then we have third, we discussed the openings. Then we have three main openings. Okay, the big opening. We have one opening for here. We have caval opening, which for they are passing inferior vena cava. Then we have esophageal hiatus, which passing esophagus and vagus nerve also. And then we have the third one opening is here for aortic hiatus for aorta. Okay. Then we have small openings when we have sternocostal triangle, which passing for internal thoracic vein, internal thoracic artery. And then we have lumbocostal triangle, which we have for the hernia passing. And there we have small also openings near to the right crus, where have esophagus, sympathetic trunk, and etc. Okay, these are the anatomy which we discuss about the diaphragm muscle. Thank you for watching.